At the beginning of the film, we see Norma and her family who had kept a box outside their house in the morning. While leaving, she saw that it was a man in a black car, whom she didn't know. In the suspense, these people open the box, and another red color button box comes out of it. Along with it, there is a letter in which it is written that Mr. Stewart will come to meet them at 5 in the evening. Till then, they put the box aside and start doing their routine work. Norma was a teacher in a school. Today, she was called to the principal's office where the principal told her that she will have to reduce Norma's salary because there was a crisis going on in her school. While saying this, we saw that the principal's nose was bleeding, but Norma didn't notice this. But she was in her own trouble. She came back to her house, where Mr. Stewart came to meet her in the evening. Her half-face was burning in a strange way. She gave her introduction that I am Mr. Stewart, and in the morning, I had left that box outside your house. Norma immediately invited him to her house. Mr. Stewart sat down and told Norma that this is not an ordinary box. If you press this button, you will get $1 million. But instead of this, a person's life will be lost, about whom you don't even know. They give Norma $100 and the keys of the box. They say that you have time till evening. If you don't press this, I will take this box from you. Saying this, she left from there. Here, we were shown Norma's husband, who used to work in NASA. He had given an application to go to space. But he got a bad news that he can't go to space, although he had passed all the tests. But he had failed in the psychological test. Saddened, he comes home. Norma had taken a new news for him. Norma boxed him and told him the whole story of Mr. Stewart and said that if we press this red button, we'll get $1 million. But instead of this, someone's life will be lost. Norma was thinking whether to press this or not. But Norma didn't think that. Her words will be true. That's why she ignored Mr. Stewart's words and pressed that button. At 5 p.m., Mr. Stewart came to her house and gave her a briefcase worth $1 million. Seeing this, Norma's husband was shocked. He didn't want this money. He immediately closed the briefcase and went behind her to give it to Mr. Stewart. But he had already left with his car. Before leaving, Mr. Stewart noted the number of his car. After the scene got cut, we are shown on the other side that an unknown lady had died. When the police were investigating the house, they found this woman's daughter in the washroom. She was very scared. To investigate this case, Norma's dad went there. Norma's dad came to know that the one who killed her was not anyone else, but her own husband. We're shown the scene of the morning in the flashback. When this woman called her husband to her house, that man scared her and asked her to close all the windows of her house. After this, she got to know that the woman had died and her husband was involved in it. Anyway, the story again shifts to Norma. Norma came to her dad's house for a party. Out of the gifts kept in the party, Norma's husband sees the same box that was kept in her house. He opened the box and saw a picture of Mr. Stewart in it. In this party, a Norma student was working. Norma's husband notices that the child is staring at him and pointing at him. Norma's husband goes to Norma's dad and gives him the number of Mr. Stewart's car and requests him to find out about this car. Norma's dad agreed to do this work. But despite this, Norma and her husband were having a very strange time in this party. They also felt dizzy. They also noticed that when Norma used to talk to them, her nose used to bleed. They decided to go home. Outside, their car had written, "No exit." This scared them even more. Anyway, they went back to their house. When they reached home, they saw that the nanny, who had kept for her son, had also gone to sleep. Norma tells her husband to drop her. At her house, she asks Norma's husband, "Why are you looking so worried?" Norma's husband tried to avoid her. We also noticed that when this girl was also talking to Norma's husband, her head started spinning and her nose started bleeding. She also fainted in a second. When Norma's husband checked her ID, there was another name written on it. This means that this girl has hidden her ID and has definitely sent this girl to them under some conspiracy. When she came to her senses, Norma's husband said, "Now only one person can save you, who you will see in the mirror." Norma's husband came home and told Norma that the girl was living with us with the wrong ID and was talking weird things. Her head was spinning. She quickly went to her storeroom and saw a picture where she saw Stuart. Actually, she was already suspecting that she had seen Stuart somewhere. She was surprised to see Stuart in her office's old album. She was wondering what Stuart had to do with all this and why Stuart was trapping her in this. She went to Norma's dad to get help so that she can find Stuart as soon as possible. But here she found out that the car that gave her the box was not registered under Stuart's name, but under the government's name. Here, Norma's husband sees pictures of another girl who was murdered by her husband at 4:45 p.m. She was shocked to hear this because Norma had pressed the red button at 4:45 p.m. Did she die because of Norma's button? How is this possible? Here we see Norma, who had come to the mall with her mom to shop. A girl came to her and told Norma that she does not have to worry. All these people who are being tested are a couple and have a child. She told Norma to go to a library and gave her a small paper with some numbers on it. On the other hand, Norma's husband had also reached. Norma's husband can see a picture of Stuart. When he picked up the picture, there was a number written under it. He recognized it as the library's bookshelf number. So he also came to the library, and it was shown here that Norma had also come to the library. The bookshelf and book number, which was written under the picture. Norma's husband saw a newspaper, which had a report of the day when these people landed on Mars. Here, Norma's husband suddenly falls ill and leaves the party. Norma's daughter saw her dad going out. She followed her dad, and Norma followed her son. We see that Norma's son was kidnapped, and Norma was very scared. On the other hand, the man who had killed his wife at the beginning of the movie was now pointing a gun at Norma's husband, and at the gunpoint, he puts him in his car. Here, this man tells Norma's husband the truth about Stuart. He was playing a very deep game, where he used to test people. Being greedy, people used to press the button given by him, and whatever button he pressed, Stuart used to kill him through his family member, like he killed my wife through me. I didn't want to do this, but he kidnapped my daughter, and killing my wife became my compulsion. Since that day, he has been controlling me, and whenever he controls me, blood comes out my nose. What was happening to them? That's when Stuart came to them. Norma asked him where his son was. Stuart said, "I'll tell you. Sit with me." Actually, I was very hopeful that you wouldn't press the button, and the test would end there. But you also press the button. Right now, your son is in the washroom. He can't hear or see at this time. He turns to Norma's husband and says, "If you want your son to be back to normal, then kill your wife." Norma's husband kills Norma out of helplessness. At the same time, an unknown couple was pressing the red button. Whenever someone pressed the red button, someone died on the other side. How Stuart interlinked all these things is not told in the movie, but it is shown here.